Namah Shantaya Tejase. I salute the Supreme Brahman, who is beyond all qualities, which is tranquil, above all limitations, the embodiment of infinite consciousness, can be known only through the proof of one's own experience. Friends, we are discussing about the Brahman, because this scripture that we are studying is only teaching us how to realize Brahman. There is no conception of God, no conception of duality. So usually we talk about God, usually we talk about the duality, and naturally it is easy for us as we grow up in that environment. The God is there, I am here, I am praying to God, I am going to realize God, I am going to get the blessings of God. So by that is the way always we can. But here it says, no, you are that consciousness which is all pervading. Now that truth, the Guru Vasistha, the great Jnani, he is teaching to his disciple Sri Ramachandra. So we are discussing this. Now today he is asking, O Rama, analyze your own self. Analyze your own self. That is the only way that the path of knowledge they follow. Those who are following the path of devotion, they pray to God. Pray, pray insatiently, pray without stopping. Always that is the instruction. But for those who are treading the path of knowledge, they will always say, analyze, analyze, analyze. You should not depend on anyone. Hear from the Guru and proceed in your own way. So this is different paths, nothing else. The goal is the same. So we have to keep in mind, oh, we are dualist, we are praying to God, we are visiting the temple, we are going to the church for prayer. No, then that means we are not. No, it is nothing like that. A different temperament. The one type of people are there who will be thinking, ultimately all we are reaching to the same goal where we find it is only one. Those who are following the path of devotion, they will be finding God is everywhere. God is everything. Yomam pashyati sarvatra, sarvam cha mai pashyati. In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling, one who can see me in everything and everything in me, that means conception of oneness. Here also we find in the path of knowledge the same way, it is only one. But how to reach over there? This is the difference. The path of bhakti, path of devotion takes us with the prayer, and path of knowledge takes us with analysis. The Swami Vivekananda, he introduced another path. Of course, it was there traditionally, but people used to think, as because Shankaracharya was going against it, he mentioned the karma, through the yajna and others, you cannot realize God, because the yajna means a desire. That is the Shankara he is mentioning, as that's true. If we have the desire even to go to heaven, it is a desire. And desire cannot take you to the ultimate goal where you are one with God. When the desire is, I only want the God, then it is okay. But when it says that I want the heaven, of course it's a desire for enjoyment. You have satisfied your enjoyment over here in the world, or maybe you are not, so you want that after this life, after the death, when you go to the heaven, you like to enjoy over there. That's for enjoyment, not for God realization. So the God realization, that means understanding that God is everything and understanding the Brahman is everything are the same. As because the Rishi Vasistha, Guru Vasistha, he is teaching Sri Ramachandra the path of knowledge, he is mentioning here, to inspire Sri Rama to strive for Brahma Jnana. Rishi Vasistha is telling the joy that one gets after the realization of Brahman cannot be compared with anything. So obviously something should be there so that I am attracted. When the children are visiting the temple, they don't come for God, they come for the prasad. All the food that is there, the sweets are there, they come only for that. They know the moment I will go over there and the in charge of the temple will give me the candy, will give me the sweet. So this is the way always it goes. And slowly, slowly, when that child is growing up in that atmosphere and listening to the talks, and his or her guardians are also guiding, you better go and do this, you do that, learning unselfishness, and the mind is becoming broad. He or she wanted to eat that candy, but the mother is asking or the father is asking, you share it with your friend. Look, the same age, another friend is there, go and share that. So learning the unselfishness, learning to love and growing in spirituality. The same way, here also he is tempting Sri Ramachandra as if he is tempting Ramachandra by saying, Rama, swatma bichara aham ko ayam syama iti rupaka chitta dudruma bijasya dahane dahana smritaha. O Rama, to achieve the knowledge of Brahman, you should analyze your own self, atma bichara. We will come to this. This is the process that we go on analyzing again and again. And what is that? Who am I? This is the question. So the path of knowledge, the students of the Jnana Yoga, they begin with this. Who am I? Ko ayam, kuto ayata, kaba gati me. They will be asking, who am I, sir? And where from have I come? Who is the creator? And where I am going to go? What is the goal of my life? We are born, we grow up, then we start earning, we start the family, and then one day I die. Is this the only circle of the human life? Then there is no difference between human life and the animal life and the bird's life, the reptile's life. That's all same. What is the speciality? Why then, in the Bible it says the man was created out of God's own image. Why then Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna repeatedly say, do you think the human beings are ordinary? They can imagine God. The God can be enshrined in the heart. Swami Vivekananda said they are the moving tabernacles. Tabernacles means the temples. They are the moving temples. Don't call them sinner. It is a sin to call a man so. So what is the difference then? If we just the born and then grow and then one day we die. Every being is doing like that. Speciality is understanding where from we have come, who am I, and what is my ultimate goal. So that analysis he is asking, Rama, swatma bichara, swa atma, the self, that is the self, your own self, bichara. Who are you? That should be the question. And it goes in this way, and what happens if you go on analyzing slowly, slowly? Chitta dudruma bijasya dahane. You burn the bija, the seed of birth and rebirth and rebirth and rebirth. What is that seed? Desire. When we are asking for something of this worldly thing, and this world means all temporary, and desire goes on increasing. I want the small condo that will be sufficient for me. Then after some days, oh, if I can have a building, I can have a separate house. And then, oh, that is also very small. If I could have these. You know, the rich people, they are having so many houses in so many countries. And they don't know that they are having the houses. Simply they are purchasing. I don't know whether they have visited all those their own houses. Somebody is there or not. Some guests are going, that's all. But they go on doing that, accumulating money. And sometimes they will ask their accountant, how much money you have there? This my billion. Oh, okay. So it goes on increasing and increasing. They are not satisfied at all. Then what will happen to them? When they are dying, they are thinking, oh, what will happen to my that property, this money, and my son, my grandson, my this and that. So desire, unsatisfied desire, so that pull will bring the mind back again, maybe in another body only, as a different body. Not that in the same family, somewhere, not that in the same type of human body and some other body, but the desire should have to be fulfilled. This is called the law of karma. The karma means the action, and law means according to the result you have to go. Good, good, bad, bad, none can skip the law. Swami Vivekananda, in one of his poem, he is mentioning. So this is the good work. If you do, you will get the result, good result. So in Jnanamarga, path of knowledge, the process of proceeding towards the goal, that is the Brahman, is self-analysis, self-inquiry. Ko ayam, who am I? Kuto ayata, where from have I come? Kahaba gatir me, where I am going to go. So these are the way. Now, am I this body? The moment you ask a child, who are you? And naturally, the smart child, immediately he or she will say that my name is this is my father, this is my mother, that way. And little grown up, who are you? Then they will talk about the family. We belong to such and such family. We are from that background. This is my country, this is my language, this is my religion. The moment we are introducing, when grown up, who are you? I am PhD from that university. I am working over here in this office. I was COO of that, that, and big list is going on increasing. Only father and mother, and then goes on increasing. Then they forget about the father and mother, the family. They go on telling about the achievements, so-called achievement of their life. So what is this? Whoever becomes the president wants to do something. Why? The people should remember. Remember what? Whom we are remembering. But still it goes on increasing the desire and desire and desire, unsatisfied desire. So when they are retired, in America you cannot go for the third time. So what they will do? Write books. They'll go on remembering. They're going on painting their all desires. So desire is the root. It may be different type of desires are there, but desire is the cause, desire is the root. And desire may be anything. But for what? This is the analysis. For this body is made of what? The bone, the flesh, the blood, the marrow, and the veins. The doctors know it very well. Any science, the medical science will tell you what is this body made of. In the Vivek Chudamani, the few slokas the Shankaracharya dedicated only to explain about the body, because we are so much attached to this body. And so much careful about this. It should be beautiful, it should be strong, it should be attractive, but then ultimately either we go under this earth or we are burned. So this is the two ways the people, they discard their dead bodies. Then what is this body then? But we cannot forget that this is my body. Now we have to analyze. This body, which was lying on the lap, the small place, the lap of my mother, now has grown up so big. I cannot lie on the lap of my mother. So the body is changing. So if it is changing, that means it is going to be destroyed. Anything that is changing is going to be destroyed. Anything in this world. Right from the sun. Maybe longevity of the sun is more than a human being, but still is going to be destroyed someday. Why? It is changing. Anything in this world is changing. So this is the vichara. Atha vichara kartabhya. So the Vedantin will teach you, analyze my friend, what are the things that you are made of. Only 5 ingredients, the Hindu will say. Only 5 ingredients. Shiti, Apa, Tej, Marut, Boma, in the subtle way. Then this is the way everything has been created. This body, it cannot be me then. Then am I the mind? It is subtle. No one can see. I am thinking something and saying something. I am so clever. I am so intelligent. Is this the mind then? Again, they will say, but the mind is also changing. So when the mind is changing, obviously that cannot be you. When we were children, we used to think something. When we grew up, we started thinking in a different way. When we are elderly, we think in a completely different way. So the thoughts are changing. Anything that changes is going to be destroyed. That means mind also going to be destroyed someday. But it is not so easy to destroy the mind, because we have already, this book, the Guru Vasistha told Rama, you have to destroy your mind, because mind is nothing but thoughts, and thoughts are nothing but different dreams, and dreams are nothing but desires. Again, we go back to desire. Desire is the seed. So this is the way we have to analyze. All around us, our family. Some of us, we have not seen the great-grandfather, but he was there. And then the grandfather, then the father, then the me, then my son, then my grandson. The list is going on and on, but it's all changing, constantly changing. And anything that is changing means it is temporary. So we have to understand in that way. So this analysis, if we can do, because we are discussing the path of knowledge to the analysis. Analysis is going on in this way. And what is the goal? Permanent. Where I will get something which is permanent. And here the Guru will teach you the permanence is nothing but the Brahman, which is consciousness, all pervading. And what is this consciousness? It is you. Then the consciousness means my mind, I will say. So when I am sleeping, I am unconscious. Somebody may come and draw something on my face. I won't be able to know when I am in deep sleep. So how the mind, which is consciousness, which is present all the time, is not waking up when somebody is coming and drawing something on my face. Sometimes the children, they make fun with the grandfathers and all. The grandfather is sleeping, deep sleep, and they will make something on their forehead, on their face, and that is the fun. The grandfather or grandmother won't know that they are doing it. Then where is the consciousness? Mind is not conscious. Then what is consciousness? Now, as a student of Vedanta, you all know that 3 steps always is taught and said again and again to understand the consciousness. First, Jagrat, the waking stage, where the body and mind are there active. Then swapna, sleeping stage, and in that sleep, body is inactive, but mind is active. How? How to prove? Because we see the dream. And dream is nothing but the activity of the mind. And in the dream, we see so many things. Because all that is there in our subconscious mind, we want to see, that is reflected over there most of the time. Majority of the time. And sometimes the subconscious mind is coming and then manifesting in the dream stage. There are so many thoughts, layer after layers are there, is coming and then manifesting in the dream stage. And dream stage we consider as real. When we are dreaming, we never consider that I am dreaming. And when you think that you are dreaming, that means you are not dreaming. That means you are awake again. So dream stage is also a very, very strong proof that without the body, we have our world. We have friends, we have conversation, we can hear the sound, we can hear the music, and whatever, all that I want, I see in the dream. Something I heard, something I read, something I saw, all come in that form slowly. And not only in this life, from the past life also impressions are coming. And that is the reason the different type of dreams are coming. And the people are there, dream analysis and all that. So that is the different thing. We are now slowly, step by step, going to consciousness. So the first was waking stage, where the body and the mind were active. Second, the dream stage, where body is absent, the mind is active. Third, where body and mind both are absent. And that condition in Sanskrit it called susupti. This susupti stage where dreamless sleep. And we come back and say, I had a wonderful sleep, I didn't see the dream even, and I am fresh. That means body got the rest, mind also got the rest. So I feel that I am, just a second. Sorry. Now, body got the rest, mind got the rest, and I am still there. Who is that? When the body is not there, when the mind is not there, still I am there, and that is called consciousness. If the consciousness was also not there, then that means the death. I was not completely there. But I come back to the normal life. So obviously, it shows that I am there, and that is consciousness, which is not depending on the body, not depending on the mind, it is there. So this is the proof of the consciousness. And to reach to this consciousness, which is the main basis on which I am surviving, I must try to reach over there. And how? Sometimes we call this consciousness as God, and we develop that way, and we try to reach to God. And this Jnana Yoga, they will say consciousness is completely different. It is there, eternally there, whether you believe it or not, it is there. And when you won't be here, it will be there. So this consciousness we are trying to go, and then slowly the students of the Jnana Yoga thus go on analyzing himself or herself along with the world around, and entered into the deeper layer till it reached the Anandamaya Kosha. In the Hinduism, you know that they will be going on analyzing. Why? Because they like to understand the truth. Somebody came from the heaven and dictated these are the terms and you have to follow. They say, no, why? Who is the person coming from the heaven? And what is this heaven? Let me know. That is the beauty. Why the God has given the head? This for the bichara. We have to understand that. So this bichara means analysis. So they say, oh, I have a body. It needs food. Then inside the body there is a mind. And then there is an intellect. So like that they go annamaya, monomaya, pranamaya, vijnanamaya. Then ultimately they go to anandamaya. I want joy, I want bliss. The fifth stage called anandamaya kosha. Pancha kosha bilakshana atma. Pancha kosha, the 5 doors or the 5 seats, 5 cover. And there inside, if you can slowly open one after another these 5 doors, then you find, oh, the place of joy. That's why to tempt the young Rama to follow the path of knowledge, the Guru Vasistha said, if you go over there and realize the Atman, the Brahman, the joy that you will get, it has no comparison with anything. Rama was a prince. So obviously he used to go and for hunting. The hunting is a great joy for those people. Rama was a prince, so naturally other things were there all around. But he said, oh, so many things are there to give me joy. Why I have to go and meditate? I have to go and analyze for this. He said, the joy that you will get, uncomparable. So this is Anandamaya Kosha. Only joy is there. Why we are surviving? For the joy. We are eating not only for survival, but for joy also. If they give this is a very healthy pill, you just eat it and everything will be there. All the minerals and vitamins will be there. So take a pill and one day it is sufficient. Sometimes those who go for climbing the hill, they take that. But every day if you find when you are sitting for dinner or the lunch, the small pill is there on your plate, how you will feel? We eat for joy. We could get all those, but we eat for joy. We sleep for joy. We go visit different people for joy. The joy is the ultimate. Anything and everything that we do, only at the back of our mind it is there, joy, happiness. So Ananda, that is in Sanskrit, Ananda, this Anandamaya Kosha, that is there, the joy is there. And that level, the joy, even after that you have to go beyond this joy, the happiness, and enter into the source of joy. That is called Brahman. Satchit Ananda Sarupa. Ananda Swarupa. That is the source. That is the joy we have to go. O Rama, said Guru Vasistha, equipped with wisdom, he who gradually ascends the 7 steps to perfection in yoga attains liberation. Now he is teaching a different thing. 7 steps. You have to, wisdom, it has 7 steps. But before that he is telling Ajnana, the ignorance. Sri Rama asked, Holy Sir, what are the 7 steps you referred? You have to, O Rama, you have to go the 7 steps. The Shapta Bhumika in Vedanta. You know, in the yoga, they have also the 7 bhumi, the stages. The Muladhara, Swadhisthana, like that it goes to Sahasrara. Just because the yoga has become very popular, and the yoga teachers, they always teach this Sapta Bhumi. So most of the people in the world now they know about. And the other day I was giving the talk, immediately one lady told, oh, Sapta Bhumi, we know. So because this has become very popular. For the yoga, about the Vedanta, their Sapta Bhumi is there. And also for the path of devotion, 7 steps are there. But today we will discuss about the Sapta Bhumika of the Jnana. Now what is the Sapta Bhumika? They have Ajnana also. The ignorance is also having the 7 downward steps. How are they? O Rama, there are 7 descending steps. Sapta Ajnana Bhumi, the delusion that veils the self-knowledge. The 7 different, deeper and deeper and deeper. Now, after practicing so many years of monastic life and the spiritual life, I am having some idea of the knowledge, of the truth. A professor in a university, he has studied the philosophy, so he too is having idea about the truth. And an ignorant person working somewhere never came across the spirituality. His thing is, whatever I do, I go to God and say, I am sorry, sir, I'll try not to do it again, but please don't punish me. Then that is sufficient for him. So the different type of, he has the conception of God, and he knows that God is the giver of punishment and the reward. That is his knowledge. The professor, he knows it is nothing like that, it is my karma phala. But even then, his ignorance is also there, because ego. Now, a person who has practiced the spirituality, his clearance is more better, but still ignorance is there. Why? Now, I am the guru, I am the teacher, I am teaching, I know, I should give the talk. So that is the way the ignorance is there. So it is also the 7 different steps of the Ajnana. Ajnana means ignorance. What is knowledge? Only God is there and nothing else. Or the Brahman is there. Or the Paramatma is there. Different terminology. But one only. That is called knowledge. The moment you say, I and my God, it is ignorance. I and the Brahman, it is ignorance. I and the Paramatma, it is ignorance. Whenever you talk about the duality, you talk about the multiplicity, ignorance. So this is the way we have to understand. So knowledge and ignorance. Ignorance doesn't mean that he is or she is not having the university certificate. No, nothing like that. Ignorance is the conception. Knowing one is knowledge. Knowing many is ignorance. So when we use the term ignorance, it is like this. The Sapta Ajnana, seed state of wakefulness. In pure consciousness, when mind and the jiva exist only in name, that's called seed form. Wherefrom we have come? There is only one. So obviously, the carpenter and the wood both are same. The intellectual cause and the material cause both are same. So who is creating the universe? Either God, you can say, or that consciousness from that. So it was there obviously in a seed form. It was so subtle, it was not manifested. So that is the first, the seed state of wakefulness. Second, wakefulness, when the notion I and these comes. Now, in the Christian tradition they say God created a man and a woman, Adam and the Eve. Who created? God. They were nowhere. So why the God created? It was in his mind. Now the ajnana is beginning from there, the ignorance, but it is God creating. Why? It is His play. Oh, it was in my mind, I am all alone, nothing is there. Let me create the whole sky. Let me create the oceans. Let me create the vegetations. Let me create this world and different varieties of beings. I enjoy. I am creating only for my enjoyment. It's a God. And problem comes when the God created a man and a woman, that was all right. And they were nothing but the creation of God. They were pure. They never felt separated from the God. I am explaining in my own way from the Vedantic point of view, but the Christians, they explain in a different way. They say this is the original sin. That is a different thing. Now, let us try to understand how the first seed form of wakefulness, where it was in the mind of the Creator, whether it is God or it is the consciousness, whatever. So, in the mind of how it is seed form. Then comes I and these and you. Now, let us follow the story of the Bible. The God left that man and woman in the garden and said, be here, I am coming back. In the meantime, something happened. And the second time when God comes, these two who were so free to God, who were so close to God, hiding from God. They are trying to cover their body with the leaf. God said, "Wait, what is it? You are separated from me." Why? Because I am a man. How can I be in this way, stand before God? Separation came. But a little baby who is not having any body consciousness, the ego, the I consciousness, will never mind. You'll be going anywhere without any clothing, without any care. So that means the I consciousness is not there. That is I. The moment the I comes, I am separated from the God. This is the second step of ignorance. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, only the I, the ego, is separating me from God. Otherwise, this Adam and Eve and the God, they were same. Something happened. Of course, they blamed the devil. So where from the devil came? When there was only God, the devil was also created by God then. So obviously, anyway, we have to give some blame to someone, but it's the God's creation only. There is no anything else. So now, from the Vedantic point of view, no devil. It is only this ego. And where from this ego came? From the ignorance. Where from the ignorance came? From that consciousness. Now, what is my problem? Because I am bound by that ignorance. Moment you think I am the pure, then you are pure. The second stage, the wakefulness, I and these, is separating me. Then the great wakefulness, when the memory of the previous birth strengthened. I came, and along with the I, karma started. And in the karma, now the question, sometimes I also asked when I was young to a Swamiji, and I told Swamiji, when I was the first birth was there, he said, even if you say first birth, there is no such thing. There are millions and millions of creations were there. So Hindus do not know when the first creation was there. So obviously, this is the eternal, it is going on. I was also there in the previous creation. The previous creation, all those impressions are entering into me, and that is great wakefulness, more ignorance. Wakeful dream. When the mind is fully active and is filled with them. That this is the dream is also coming. Why the dream? As we were discussing, because the desires were there, different type of impressions were there. When I am not awake, the mind is dragging those things and taking it out from all the store and bringing it before me. So this wakeful dream. Then the dream, the false notion of experience appeared to be real sleep. The dream, according to the Vedanta, is a false notion. Only you are thinking, oh, the tiger is chasing me, I am running, I have to jump from the cliff, I am falling in the water. And you are perspiring. When you get up, you say, oh yeah, I was sleeping on my bed only. There is no jungle, there is no tiger, there is no cliff, there is no jumping into the sea, nothing happened. But you saw it and you were tired. So this is, we have to be very, very careful, and we have to go beyond that. Dream wakefulness, when recalls the past experiences as if they are real. Dream wakefulness. This is the deepest condition of the ignorance. So that's why sometimes you will find the people, they start thinking that there are people, I'm in them. The one gentleman, he is constantly, I really feel sorry for him. He's an educated person. But even then thinking everybody is planning against him. And different type of the people of on the high society and with all powerful people are thinking about him, creating problem for him. He's imagining. But he is not imagining, he is thinking it is true. We are understanding that it is his imagination. Someone was passing and then he looked at his house. See, I know that. All this intelligence bureau, they have sent the people, they are watching me and are watching my house when I am closing the window, when I am opening the window. All they are going on, he is going on thinking. If you go and tell friend, it is nothing. He was just an ordinary person, he was passing, he saw, and that's much. Don't take it so seriously. No, you don't understand. So this is the deepest condition of ignorance. This is called the dream wakefulness. The first is seed state of wakefulness. Second, wakefulness. Third, great wakefulness. Fourth, wakeful dream. Fifth, dream. And sixth, dream wakefulness. Then it goes to the sleep. When all this is gone, only he is in slumber, in the dullness. These are the 7 steps, slowly taking us into the ignorance. O Rama, now listen the 7 planes of wisdom. Friends, from the ignorance, we have to go to the wisdom. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mritturma amritam gamaya. That is the prayer. That which is untruth, which is temporary, which is going to be destroyed, O Lord, from that take me to the permanent. Asat and Sat. Sat means permanent. What is that permanent? Eternal, that consciousness, that is Brahman. And in that only waves after waves are coming and different type of creations are coming. Lord, I like to go back to the source. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Tama means ignorance. What is the ignorance? This world, this creation, these creatures, my foes, my friends, all these things I am going on thinking and increasing. Then ultimately when I die, I am thoroughly confused. Who are my friends? Who are my family? Where I am going? Why they are not helping me? And why they are not coming with me? In China, I saw the one king when he was dying. he told the queen whom I loved most should be killed along with me. So she will also go. That poor lady, she used to enjoy, oh, the king give me much favor. Think of it. Now she was getting the favor, and others were thinking and naturally feeling that, oh, king is giving much attention to that queen. So jealousy was there. Now they were blessing that. Oh, good. At least the king didn't love us so much, and otherwise we had to go along with that king. The old king dying, he said, oh, where I am going, I don't know. I like to take my beloved queen along with me, so kill her and send her with me. Not only that, 10,000 soldiers were killed to accompany the king after his death. Can you imagine the ignorance? It is there in China. And they have made all those in a doll form. It is all there. Terracotta work is there. All people are going and looking at it. And I was thinking the ignorance of that people. They never knew that it's not possible. After killing those, they are not going to give you the accompany. Rather, they will create problem for you. Maybe, I don't know. But this is the way people are thinking. This is called the deepest darkness or ignorance. And now we have to go and climb the step after step towards the wisdom. What is that wisdom? That creator, that consciousness. How? First step is, take the resolution, I am going to be enlightened. From right this moment, I have understood the folly of this. All this thing in the world that I see, the name, fame, property, beauty, everything is going to be destroyed. I don't want anything. Tabaiva baha tabanitta gite. As that young man Nachiketa said to the king of death, Yama, who was offering him the heavenly enjoyment. He said, no, I don't want all this. Tabaiva baha, you better keep it. You are a god, you like to enjoy, enjoy. I don't want that. I want knowledge, the wisdom. That is the first step. When we are trying to reach to that wisdom, to that light, the first step is pure wish. In Sanskrit, it says Subha Ichha, Subhecha. In Bengali and Indian languages, they all say Shubhecha. All my best wishes. After the whole letter we write, with my best wishes. Shubhecha. What is the Shubha Ichha? Let good fall on you. Let you be happy. Let you be healthy. They are all Shubha Ichha. And what is this Shubha Ichha now? Today I am taking for myself. I am going to realize the Brahman. Shubhecha. Then come inquiry, Bicharana. As we were doing the Bichara. Bichara means inquiry. Bichara means analysis. Bichara means discrimination. Discrimination between what? As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, discrimination between the temporary and permanent. That's all. If these are all temporary things, I am not going to get all my mind over there. Okay, I need food, so I have to take food. Not that I am jumping on that and thinking what to do. Not like that. I need a house to survive. Okay. So that is the way if we can. So this is called Bicharana. Slowly, Bichara, Bichara, Bichara. For the name and fame, we think in so many ways. Who are the people clapping for me? They are only ordinary people. They will also die. How much they know and understand? So these are the things we have to. Third, mind becomes certain. Tanu manasa. Mana is mind. Tanu is subtle. So Tanu manasa. Why subtle? Because there is no much thought. As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna says, I and my mother, I don't have any other thought. When I am hungry, I cry for mother. Mother, I am hungry. Give me food. I am tired. I like to sleep. Mother will arrange. Not much other thought. So, Tanu Manasa, I am going to think only one, not many. So, my mind is becoming very subtle. Establishment in truth. Sattva Patti. What is that truth? God is there. Brahman is there. Consciousness is there. And all these things are surviving because of that consciousness. After studying the scripture, after studying hearing the holy people, I am now convinced. The other day I was listening, one young Swami asked a senior Swami, Swamiji, now you are almost a very matured age. Can you please tell me whether you have seen God? And in a Vedantic way he said, I have fully convinced. And I know another Swamiji, that he was just like a little young boy, used to make so much, and sometimes used to get angry, and sometimes we used to think of what we should do. So before death, he called other Swamis and Brahmacharis, and he declared just before death, the Swami who was in charge of that particular center where he passed away, he wrote to me, this happened. He called all brothers, fully conscious, he said, Brahma Shatya Jagat Mithya. I can see all this thing is nothing but the consciousness. Every one of you, nothing but the consciousness. I am going back because I have understood this truth, and this body and the mind I am discarding to merge into that truth. That old Swami. So this is called the establishment in truth. Sattva Patti. Sometimes people will ask, have you seen God? This is, I am confirmed that God is there. Sattva Patti. Then fifth it comes, total freedom from attachment. Asama Shakti. Asama Shakti. Total freedom from the attachment. What is the seed? We were discussing, we began. The seed is the desire. Now, when the desire is over, you are free. So, that desire is not there. Whatever the responsibility comes before me, I do. But I am not attached to that. Whether people will praise me or blame me or they are remembering me, we don't bother. I don't bother. So, that is the way. Whatever is given to me, I will do. So, I have to survive as long as the life is there. Whatever the responsibility, I will do. Perfectly I will do, but not with any attachment. So, that is the fifth state, Asama Shakti. Then comes cessation of objectivity. That is the sixth. Cessation of objectivity, Padartha Bhavana. Padartha means, in Sanskrit, Padartha means the objects. Now, there is no object. I don't see any other thing but the consciousness. That is a very high stage, the last stage. I can't see anything. One Swami, the Belur Math, slowly it was taking shape. The new young recruits, young brahmacharis, they were there. Then the president of that time, Swami Brahmananda Ji Maharaj, was sitting. The manager Swami, he was also direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. Then naturally he was to organize. He came and told Swami Brahmananda Ji that you should scold these young people. They are not listening to me. They should be disciplined. They have come to become the monastic, but they are not listening. Then, very surprisingly, the Swami opened his eyes and saw, who are the brahmacharis? Why, all standing before you. Then he turned to that Swami and said, but I can't see any other person but Thakur. Everywhere, my God, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is standing in different form. How can you scold them? So this happened. Not that only it is written in the scripture. It is possible. Cessation of objectivity. There is no other object then when we, the Vedantin, they take food in a group, we always chant, the mantra that is there in the Bhagavad Gita, that food and the one who is eating, with what he is eating, everything is nothing. Not eating, it's an oblation, there's giving, pouring. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmana Hutam. What is that? This is the cessation of objectivity. No other object. I am eating, but in reality I am not eating. Can you imagine? So that is the condition. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was in a trance. He went to visit some place. Oh no, the people, we were reading in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the devotees, they were celebrating his birthday. They gave him food and he was in trance after listening a song. Then he slowly came down. The people forced him to sit, to eat. And he started eating with both the hands because he was not finding the hands. The food, nothing was in his mind. Other people, when they are looking at him, they will say, oh, how queer it is. But for him, it was no food, no eater, it is only one, no objectivity. So this is the beyond the material world, it goes, the third stage. Turiya. This is the word, the Turiya, it goes to the Turiya, the beyond the material world. As in the dream, we go beyond the physical world, but the material world is there. But in the spiritually, when we are meditating or analyzing and taking our mind, then we reach to that height where only consciousness is there and nothing else. Thank you, friends. We will stop over here. The time is up. So maybe there will be some questions. We will listen to that. We will discuss. This is a very interesting. So we will discuss afterwards in the next class. Any question?
So the first question is from Sanita Banerjee. She is asking, how can we remove our jealousy from our mind?
This is a very practical question, Sanita. The jealousy, why you feel jealous? Because you want that, isn't it? And suppose you don't want that, you won't feel jealous. Suppose someone is becoming the President of America. Do you feel jealous? Why that man should be the President of America? Why not me? Do you feel? No, because you are not craving for that position. If you don't crave for that, then there won't be any jealousy. So don't seek that particular thing. There will be no jealousy. Thank you.
The next question is from Devashi. She is asking, if Brahma Gyan equals to oneness, one who has realized the same mixes with God, what are the different indications like peaceful death of that person without pain or anything else?
See, you have mixed up the death without pain. That is a different thing. There's sometimes some person, they pass away when they are sleeping, whether they were having the pain or not, that is a physical pain or not, that is different. But this is, now when you are asking the merging with the Brahman, merging with the God, that means it is possible, as we were discussing, it is possible when there is no desire. If the desire is there for the worldly things, the name, fame, money, this, that. So after death, again you have to come back to fulfill your desire. Who is going to fulfill that? It is after the mind we are having that desire. But peaceful death means physically he is not having any suffering, but in the mind, if the desire is there, you will have to come back again. If the mind is completely free from desire, then you won't come back, you will merge with the source, that is God or Parabrahma or the Brahman. So this is the way we have to understand. It is the seed. As we began, the seed is desire. Thank you.
The next question is from Moshumi. She is asking, without seeing God, how can one become a guru? Nowadays, how can we find guru?
See, the guru is God. You are very correct, Mosami. Without seeing God, without realizing God, without understanding God, one cannot become Guru. So, how to find a good Guru? See, Guru is God. In the Ramakrishna tradition, in our organization, and only the President Swamiji and the Vice Presidents, they give only initiation, no one else. But here in the foreign countries, in America and other places, the President Swamiji has empowered us to give initiation, so that the people who are seeking for spiritual progress, we can help them. But who are the Guru? Guru is the God. That if you have gone to any of our organization and attended the evening prayer, you will find at the end of the evening prayer, they say Guru Maharaj ki Jai. The hailing the Guru Maharaj. Who is that Guru Maharaj? Maharaj means respected. So Guru Maharaj means Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Then who are we? As I said, after spending nearly 47 years in the monastic life, the conviction has come that Sri Ramakrishna is the only person. So we are connected as if the water is coming through him. What is that? Blessings is his. I am only carrying it and communicating you. That's all. So by this is the way. But how you will know that person whom you are choosing as a Guru is a good person? As I always say, two things, two qualities you must observe: love and unselfishness. Is the person full of love? Love for each and every one without any boundary? That person is pure. Love means purity. Unselfishness is nothing but God, as Swami Vivekananda said. If that person is unselfish, then you can think him as a Guru or her as a Guru. Thank you.
Anupam is asking, is japa enough to get rid of karma as per my Guru's direction? My Guru Devi Swami Ishatmananda.
Yes, that is the japa. It is again and again it says, it is from the path of the duality, as the Guru has said, that you must take the holy name of God and pray to him. And constantly not only repeating the name of God, but also meditating on the wonderful quality of your Ishta Devata, isn't it? Your Guru must have said that. So if you are doing that, it is for sure your all karma phala will be taken care of. Thank you.
The next question is from Srima Biswa. She is asking, is rebirth real or not?
Of course, the Hindus, they believe, and not only it is a just belief, blind belief. No, that all the pramanas are also there, the proofs are also there. Otherwise, it is impossible to answer many of the questions. Yes, rebirth is there.
The next question is from Viswaroop. He is asking, can one practice spiritual life like Ekalavya with Guru Dronacharya?
Okay, that is possible if you have the great faith. Of course, it is possible. Thank you.
The next question is from Kamal Chaudhary. He is saying, it seems we get the highest bliss in deep sleep state because mind and body are not working, but we meditate, japa, etc. in waking state only. Then I am confused, how can I have bliss in waking state?
Oh, that is through the japa and meditation, when you go into the deep sleep, it is for a very small period of time, and unknowingly you are reaching over there. So obviously the moment you are getting up, that bliss is over. When the wakefulness is coming, that bliss is over. But if you are going through the meditation and japa, concentrating your mind, forgetting your body, forgetting your mind, forgetting all the surroundings, and entering into that conscious state, you will never forget that. Even after that also, that joy will constantly be with you. That is the difference. That's why one should try to go to the Turiya stage. Susupti, the third stage, ignorant way we go, unknowingly we go. So when we come back, and that too very small period of time, when you come back again we are in the, as we call, we are in the soup. But if you go through the meditation into that light, it is ever enlightenment. Thank you, friends. Let us say Shanti for 3 times and we conclude. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.